Hello.
Hey.
Tailz here with Streak.
Yeah, from Vanguard Weekly.
And I'm doing a deck profile.
At my house, so if you see dogs in the background, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm over at Streak's place. Now, this is a Nubatama deck profile. If you haven't guessed already from, the title. Titles. They ruin everything. Alright, so. First things first. Starter. And I'm sorry if you get blinding sun in your face from time to time. I am having technical difficulties with the sun's positioning. It is not cooperating. Darn nature. Alright, so I run two of my starter. Stealth Beast Kuroko. He has good cards, sets everything up. He puts late game pressure on your opponent.
He's a bitch.
As Streak here doesn't like him.
I don't like Nubatama, guys. Find everything.
Alright, let's go on to...
Remember to explain things this time.
Grade zeros. Alright. I ran 4 stand triggers. 4 critical triggers. 4 draw triggers. And then, of course, 4 heal triggers. I run Rainbow because I've had moments where I'm just like, I need a stand, and I pull a stand off the top of my deck, and it wins me the game.
And it's bullshit that their other crit is a promo.
Yeah, that too. Because it's so freaking expensive and hard to find.
Absolute bullshit. If this didn't pack, and like in set 1, they got only 2 cards, and those 2 cards were amazing.
By the way,
you watched
Chocobo.
Oh, who's hyped for that Final Fantasy VII remake in 2 years?
Hype for Chocobo.
I want it in back. I want it now. Or,
no.
Or Cloud being in Smash Bros.
All
the money being wasted. All my money is going to be wasted.
I have 4 perfect cards. Really? There's only 1 that I actually own. I'm hoping in the next set they come out with, the counter-chargey ones, because, Nubatama's not broken enough, right?
That stride break's fucking stupid.
Alright, and then we play 3 Fuki. I don't tend to use Fuki as often, mainly because of the fact that it's just, if you're using Fuki, it means you got your opponent in a really bad position, so normally you will use him.
He sucks.
The only thing that causes him to be really sucky is the fact that he's got that your opponent has to have 3 or less.
And isn't it in Japan?
I heard a ruling that in Japan it was 3 or more.
So this may just be a misprint.
So I'm wondering if we might get a reprint of Fuki in the new set, possibly making him back to Japanese.
But if you haven't noticed, Bushiroad, man, they gotta step their game up. And like Magnum Assault, you're missing the cost. If that card, if on the wiki, it didn't say Counterblast 1, Magnum Assault would be absolutely broken.
And then we have, the Bane of Boosters.
Or if Thavis was printed Savis. Even Jamie in the English dub calls him Savis, and in the Japanese he calls him Savis. Why is it printed on the card that it's a Thavis or Thavas?
Anyway, Dreadmaster. The Dreadmasters of Dreadmasters.
Are broken.
Oh, so good. Good.
All of Nubatama is broken unless you're building a Voidmaster deck.
And even then you can make it broken because Dreadmaster.
Literally, that deck. The only issue if you were to build a Voidmaster deck, you would be losing.
And then here's the 2 cards that I'm ashamed to have in this deck. Because I
wasted my money on those for you.
I misread them. I didn't realize that they did the thing they did. So here's a reminder to everyone. Read your cards before you buy them. Rain Elemental tier.
You made me waste my money on those for you. You're fucking cheap, but you made me waste my money.
Hey, I paid you back.
Yeah.
Alright.
And now I'm selling half the cards that I bought from that set. that I bought.
Alright, and now, grade 2s. Alright, here's the most broken grade 2 in this deck right now. The bear.
Tamahagane? Is that his name right?
Tamahagane. Bear buddies. I mean, I barely get him in my hand.
Shut up. I have to deal with your puns at school. I don't want to have to deal with them here.
But when you do get him in hand, he makes an appearance on the field pretty quickly. And he will set up your Kuroko.
Why don't we get your ban list?
Tamahagane, not that bad.
I don't care what Aaron thinks. We should have a ban list. This game's broken.
Tamahagane and Dreadmaster are not broken. Especially not in the same column. I mean, it's only a bind 1 minus 1 on your side of the field. And then if I hit...
Tamahagane. Either Dreadmaster or Kuroko behind it is broken.
Now, a fun little thing to do with Tamahagane is just do everything you can to get him into the drop zone, and then Legion. Because then you recycle him, and then it's almost infinite Tamahagane. Annoyances everywhere!
Once you run out of Legion, you're screwed, though.
Then I start Legioning you back to Legions.
You can't!
Soul Blasts.
What Soul Blast?
Kuroko.
That's 1 Soul Blast. That card's gonna die.
And
Kagero, Gatling Call, Kagero, Root Flare, Kagero, Neo Flame. You're gonna die.
And then there's sure Stealth Dragon. Darani Kongo. Darani Kongo.
What?
He's a
Kagero?
Soul Blast 1 when your Vanguard is in Legion.
Kagero, the cross. Fuck you. Cause I know you guard like a little bitch. Kagero, the cross. Okay, I don't hit. Blow up your Kurokos. I don't fucking care about the rest.
Stealth Dragon Kakajo. Discard. You play Tamahagane when this is in the field, it gets a +2. You play another Tamahagane on top of that Tamahagane on top of that Tamahagane, that's already a +6 right there.
But it's not worth it. It's not worth it half the time.
The only time you ever want to use it is you just want to use it once, because then it becomes an 11k attack in its own column.
Either the turn you're using your Persona Blast or your Striding.
But yeah, he's an okay grade 2. I'm hoping he gets a good replacement.
Like a 12, like the Gen Break 12k attackers or something like that.
No, I'm hoping for one of those G Break 1 when this unit is boosted CB1 type guys.
You would actually, I wouldn't replace him. I would just replace him like Tamahagane or the other one.
No, I'd keep Tamahagane because Tamahagane being a free cost is so much better for this deck because of the fact that it keeps costs low. I might reduce his numbers a little bit.
But literally,
I'm not gonna get rid of him.
But but due to what our meta is, which is like nothing, because we don't have competitive in our area, which is stupid, but we should. I play Grand
That's
Blue.
Alaska for you, folks.
I play Grand Blue. I play Grand Blue. You get me you push me early game, which I know you like to do. You just late game, you die.
Yeah.
Late game, you just die.
I'm one of those guys. If I don't kill you early game, then you win, because this is not a deck that can sit there and last.
Fucking Break Ride Night Snow. Even though I hate Night Snow with a passion, that card's horrible.
Sure, Stealth Dragon, Mandora, Congo, because we need the Congo lines.
Okay, I think it would be about time now to actually explain what your deck is about, because you didn't do that last time we tried to do this. Because always explain it when you go on the most important card in the deck, and that's probably the most important card in the deck.
Okay, so the way you want to use this card is he's your main... He's either your main or your secondary main way of binding your opponent's field based on his effect.
And I'm going to tell you this, guys, now. As long as he does not striding into whatever... I can't remember the name of that stride. I can never remember the name of that stride.
Jerurukin.
Okay. Unless he's striding into that shit, you don't have to do... all you have to do is just guard and you get your cards back. Because that card's the only thing that absolutely makes them broken. They're all broken in a sense, but it's literally unless they have Kuroko behind their Vanguard or their rear guard, they don't do anything. They really don't. It's either Dreadmaster and Kuroko. Dreadmaster and Kuroko make the entire deck.
Even then, with Dreadmaster, all you gotta do, just make sure you have less cards than me. That's it. Have less cards than me on the turn that I attack with Dreadmaster, and you're good. Because then I can't activate his effect.
Because literally, like, up until that Stride came out, all those cards just went back in your hand.
Mm-hmm. Unless you popped off Kuroko or Durrani Congo.
Other than that, that hardly ever happens, though.
And Durrani Congo, if you're putting him on rear guard, then you've probably got problems
surprisingly, a 5k booster goes off more than an 11k attacker. That makes absolutely no sense.
Nubatama?
Well, I mean, like, really, I play decks where, as you notice, like, when I play my my Revenger deck, since I'm not playing Abyss, yeah, guys, I'm sickening. I don't play Abyss, but since I don't play Abyss, I'm not really.
Yeah.
Since my Legion is like, dude, Cormac, I kill a dude and I get a crit. What more do you want?
Yeah, but the way this deck is really set up right now, it's meant to just sit there and it's kind of a harassment deck. I'm going to sit there, I'm going to take things off your field, and I'm going to force them back in your hand. It allows you to use them again, but it just harasses you, so that one turn, it gives me that advantage to be able to hopefully press you harder. Because what this deck is really about is it's just, I want to get you as minus as possible, then I want to get you to a high amount of damage, and if I don't kill you with crits, I kill you with stands.
And I've also noticed when
So this guy is pretty good. His Persona Blast, you don't normally use it.
In a sense that let's hold on. I'm gonna, before you go any further, since the deck's all about binding, which is essentially banishing, you gotta mention that, like what Link Joker did with Mega Colony and stunning and locking, deleter Link Jokers are basically doing this but better. How do you feel that's gonna affect you playing this deck? Because I know you're gonna want to build that deck.
I've already decided I'm building Banish Deleters.
Even though that deck is stupid.
It's stupidly... I don't know. I don't know whether or not to say good or bad. I think it's
do you know what pisses me off even more? Is that in the same set we get Alfred Sport. We already have support to take down Link Joker with unlocking. If that support was stopping, like, getting your banished deleted cards back, that would be worth it, though. That would be worth that set. So that means, literally, you and your bud can go pick up a case, build 2 decks, and have 2 decks that are equally as good and can work against each other. Because one's a Legion deck, so one can banish delete their stuff from Legioning, and then one can get their stuff back before Legioning. That would be so good. That would make that set worth paying for.
I don't know. But anyway.
Sorry, there's some things I had to cover there.
I don't like talking about this guy.
Oh, Yoza?
Shura Stealth Dragon, Yoza Kurakongo.
It's not a bad card.
He's not a bad card.
It's just you lose. It's a Fighter's Collection card. You gain nothing.
It's a neutral. And as we all tend to know, neutrals tend to be more of a minus because you're not getting anything.
It's like...
So normally I just go, oh look! I got Stride Fodder!
Mister, I like to use Chow.
Shh.
Yeah, you're in your sex dungeon.
Hey! That's you. You took off with the 2 white Chow. I only took off with 1 black Chow.
Yeah, Black Chow's wearing sexier clothing. The white Chow, I prefer the pretty... I prefer the pretty girls.
1 Voidmaster!
Oh, that card should be more like a double rare.
This card, he is so underrated and underestimated.
Dreadmaster on steroids.
Because it's literally just like you put Dreadmaster in a column with him.
They lose 2 cards if you have 2 counterblasts.
Yeah. Oh man.
And especially if you put
so good.
Especially for some reason, if you end up having to ride for Vanguard, you double crit and you get over their guard. They're still losing cards plus
on top of taking damage because
they're losing like 4 cards that turn.
Yeah, because Voidmaster, and the way it works is if I have more cards in my hand than the opponent, he gets a +3, so he becomes an 11k attacker.
Yeah. On
Vanguard.
Remember when you ran 2 of that?
I may go back to running 2 Voidmaster because Yoza Kurakongo.
You drew into it way too much.
I don't draw into Yoza Kurakongo at all, though. So...
like a little bitch?
I'm fine with that, because Yosa Congo is a little bitch.
I remember when you actually used to play that on purpose.
Alright, well, this is the next one.
Kabuki Congo.
He's yet again in the line of Congos, because we're going to have a Congo line.
Kabuki Congo, right?
Yep, sure Stealth Dragon, Kabuki Congo.
What's the break ride?
The break ride is... Are
you gonna look that up?
To the wikis!
Oh, hi, dog. So,
the break ride.
Why not play the break ride, though?
I want unlimiters for break ride. Instead I play this guy, because when I do hit Limit Break 4, I can immediately pop this off, which is literally just one counterblast. I bind the opponent's entire field, which is really great when I'm playing against Gold Paladins, Aqua Force, anybody who's sitting here with a field, so I can.
So most of my decks.
Yeah, maybe most of your decks.
I play Aqua Force. I play those Gold Paladins. I play Revengers, but half the time I won't have a field for you to use it.
Then
I really just.
But mainly it's just I tend to do this by kind of just a way of just the break ride is Kujakiri Congo.
Okay, but what happens if you guys do get unlimiters in that set where literally it's just Murakumo? Wait, is it? Yeah, it's Murakumo. Fucking Spike Brothers. I might play that. I might start playing that deck again because of that. And Nubatama. If you get unlimiters, are you gonna go to 2 break ride and 2 that, or 4 break ride and 4 Legion?
I'm gonna probably go down to 3 Legion. Actually, no.
Don't go down to 3 Legion like I did. Don't. When I went,
No, I can go down to 3 Legion, because the break ride is Ashura Stealth Dragon, and as long as I have Ashura Stealth Dragon, I can pull off this guy's bullshit.
Yes, but I need to, just in case on the deck itself, I need to know why, why 3? Because your Legion's obviously the better thing to go for.
Mainly because of the fact that it allows me to be able to open up a little bit more. And actually, I could still stick with 4 Legion. But then I'd be going 2 Break Ride and probably going to 2 Voidmaster.
And when you're done with strides, because I have another thing I want to ask after you go to the strides.
So
this is what happens when you do videos with me. I like to ask questions.
Alright, well, this is the main stride of the deck. I only have 2 of it right now.
It's a bullshit card.
As you can tell, Streak hates
this
guy.
Deck.
He hates this deck.
I don't hate the card. I hate the deck.
It's because the deck's too good. I'm sorry, guys. It's just too damn good. And anyway, what this card is it's a Counterblast 2. You bind one of their rear guards. They choose.
Yeah, they choose a card from your hand.
Yeah, they choose a card from their hand, bind it face down, and then as long as I have Ashura Stealth Dragon as my heart, the cards that were bound by this guy's effect, this guy alone, his effects go into the drop zone.
See, I wouldn't have a problem with it if it flipped itself.
So that's just a -2 on your opponent's side for only -2 resources on your side. So really he's coming out even, but the problem is because he's a stride and he hits for that power, and this deck just that triple drive's so good. He gives you more pluses. My
issue with the cards that literally it's broken.
Not too broken.
If G flipped itself, I'll be fine. Because that means I don't have to worry. If I survive, somehow, I survive that long, like I'm playing OTT or something, like drop that Cocoa Bomb. If I do that...
The Cocoa Bomb reel?
If I do that, because that deck can survive. But
yeah.
if that means I won't have to worry about it using it 3 more times. I only have to worry about you using it twice. And half the time you don't need to use that card all that often.
Yeah. Now here's my other stride. He's the other Nubatama stride. Gedatsu Rakanya Rakudo something mother. Dude. Thingy. He's a dragon.
Motherbound.
He's a dragon.
Earthbound. I'm so disgusting. Ew. I said motherbound.
Okay. Abyss dragon. But anyway, he's your basic.
This is actually good.
He's your basic little hit on hit effect. So he's good for pressure.
What does he do?
Pretty much when he hits, opponent chooses a card from their hand, discards it. He pluses Grand Blue. Might be plussing that.
So I don't have to use my rune shades, but I'll still use them anyway.
But that's the big thing about the deck.
I need to ask, when the Stride Break comes out, because that thing's absolutely disgustingly good, what are you going to do?
When the Stride Break comes out,
What's going to be your grade 3 lineup?
My grade 3 lineup is probably going to change to... I'm probably going to do 3 Legion,
Do 3 Stride Break.
2 Break Ride.
Yeah.
3 Stride Break. And then I may play around with possibly running 1 Voidmaster in with that. I may not. I mean...
By the way...
9 grade 3s couldn't hurt this deck too bad, right? No.
By the way, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like an on the boost Counterblast discard would be better than a bind. Because that means you throw a Kuroko and they're losing a card anyway. So that means if they guard that, they're just losing more.
True.
Because to be honest, their hand size is mainly going to be your problem.
Yeah, and this deck really... I get pluses when my opponent has less cards
to increase the use of Fuki, unless they do a reprint of Fuki, make it 3 or it's 3 or less, right?
It's 3 or less right now.
If they change it to 3 or more or something like that, it would make Fuki a lot better. Not a lot better, a lot more useful in a sense of the deck itself will be working more.
Yeah.
So yes, you will lose that thing of I bind and I get plus power, but you're getting the thing of I boost and it doesn't matter if I avoid if I have a Dreadmaster, you're losing a card. Isn't that what's more important than them losing cards? Because essentially, if you use that after you stride, they're just getting those cards back unless you Kuroko. And half the time, if they're playing something like if you're playing against something like Kagero, freaking, because Big Bang is still a thing. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Big Bang. You got Big Bang. You got Kagero. You got even Revengers, because they drop because if they're playing Abyss, they can go second turn ride, call Blaster Dark or Revenger Abyss, and I kind of less one, and you'll lose a grade 2. I mean grade 1 or lower.
Yeah.
So those are several ways to lose your starter. So, but what do you think? But would you prefer the bind?
The way this deck works right now, unless they do something where it's like
bind,
when your opponent has
hand, that's different. If it's bind from hand, that's different.
If Nubatama gets something where it's like if your opponent has blah amount of cards in the bind zone and gets an effect, then I would say bind is more effective. The problem with Nubatama is it's still in that stage of it doesn't know whether or not it wants to be bind or does it want to be discard.
Well, a lot of clans are being like that. Like Mega Colony people are saying it's becoming a lot more simplified than it should be. Or then you have like Maidens, which are like strictly like you have to know your stuff. And what would you prefer? You have to know your stuff, or it's easy?
Personally,
because right now it's a pretty easy deck to play. I could play it.
It's not strictly... It's easy, but let me put it this way. Nubatama is one of those clans, if you build the right deck, it's one of those where it's going to be... It's easy to pick up, but really hard to master. Because you have to know when you should use which skill, why you should use each skill at the time you do, and how to... improve your pluses as best as you can in one turn, because otherwise if you don't, you need to maximize each turn as if you're going for the kill each turn. That is how you have to play Nubatama.
Well, to be honest, it's really hard not to build. There's only 2 real good builds, and one of them you should be playing anyway, which is the Legion build. You can play the Break Ride, which would be fine, but that means you'd have the choice of playing either Yozakura Kongo or Kabuki Kongo, and some people do play Yozakura Kongo. I see it.
Okay, Yozakura Kongo I can see being good in certain type of decks.
Which is why...
he is a sure stealth dragon, so you can still use this guy.
And besides, I feel like if you pair him up with the Stride Break, and you use them as a secondary, and then if you have unflippers, and then you have the if you get an on boost bind or discard one.
But it wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, that'd be great. Hurry up.
Well, that's about it for this deck profile. Hopefully we'll see you guys next week. Bye.